they just think it's so lame. You know, like they're into all this new stuff. I mean, even the student that I mentored, she's like, it makes me feel really old.
It's
they're
weird.
just into their own thing, which is
It's totally different. And
it's
different,
weird, but it's not.
Why do we latch on to like the decade that we grew up during?
Because
you know what I mean?
I'm telling you,
Because
that's what our brains work.
I'm still alive now. It's like, why can't I just embrace this decade? It's like, why do I need? Yeah, and that's
because
kinda,
it sucks.
There's this nostalgia.
There's something about adolescence.
I know there is.
It is.
It's a powerful time in one's
a
life.
Time
It's a very
when you go from being a child to being an adult.
Yes. It shapes
I'm sure
you.
any Anthropology 101 class will tell you that many cultures have this ceremony.
It shapes you in a very dramatic fashion.
We don't have a ceremony.
You form this.
We
don't have
we're
a ceremony.
kids and then we're adults.
I know.
It's
a vague line. It's a vague
and it
line.
lasts for like 10 freaking years.
Actually, you know what's really weird? Amelia and I were actually talking about this the other day. There's been this extension of childhood in American culture, and now it's like you can be in your 40s and still like read comic books, and still like play video games and stuff,
watch anime,
and you know exactly, and watch anime, and you know what actually occurred to me? I think for a while it kind of was getting extended out and out and out and out, and I actually feel like now childhood can actually extend to death. I'm actually just saying.
My dad is
no upper
currently
limit on it.
proving that.
There is no upper limit on it. You know. And
Don't you think my father is proving that?
You know what?
He's remaining a child.
The women's
As long as
version
he
of
lives
this.
up.
The women's version of this are all these girls in their 30s that have got an entire bookshelf filled with freaking stuffed animals. It's like, no, I'm serious. Amelia is nuts over stuffed animals. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, a woman that was like 26 in the 50s would have been embarrassed to have a bookshelf full of freaking stuffed animals. You know, I mean, it would have been like a source of embarrassment. You know, but now it's totally acceptable.
Now it's fine.
You can totally do it. And the same thing, a guy that was 30 in the 50s would have been embarrassed to be caught reading Conan the Barbarian. And now it's totally acceptable.
I don't know, maybe
like,
not,
you know,
because like in the 50s, they didn't have like a bunch of stuffed animals. They had little dolls. You know, like little dolls with the eyes that everybody put.
Yes.
My mom still has those.
But they were still like they were considered more adults or whatever. Yeah, it's like the doll collection. Like this is somehow. Yes, you know, I know what you're talking about. My mom had a doll collection too. Yeah, you're right. She does have a doll collection. Yeah, that's
true. And with the video game thing, I mean, there was no generation before us that had video games.
No, that's true.
So it's just something that we've always done and continue to do, except for me because I'm
the one way that you could have been an adolescent, like if you were a guy in back in the 50s, you could have had like a train set. You know, totally. But it would have been like down in the basement. Because you would have been a little bit embarrassed about it.
My grandfather kept it in the basement.
You would have been like, well, you know, Joe's got a train set down in the basement.
My grandfather kept his train set in the basement.
Totally. That was the one, you know, like little area of indulgence. But now it's like the sky's the limit. You know, I mean, now it's just like anything.
It goes from being a toy to becoming a hobby.
Yes. That, you know, if you think about it, all a hobby is, sort of, to a certain degree, is just kind of like, it's a way of excusing like those things, and it's like kind of putting an adult label on those things. You know? Okay, let's call it a hobby now, so that it legitimizes, it makes it okay. You know, totally. But all right, we put on a big show.